Okay, why don't we go ahead and get started? Welcome to Getting More Leads with Google My Business. We have a lot of interesting stuff to cover today, but first, let's do some quick introductions. I'm Matteo, the Head of Marketing Services here at Pronto. I'm also joined by Chris. Chris, do you want to give a quick intro?
Yep. Hi, everyone. My name's Chris, and I'm the manager of the search and advertising team.
All right. A couple general notes at the end of the presentation. You're going to receive a recording of the webinar, so you can go through everything again at your own pace. You'll receive all the slides and the links we'll be mentioning in the next 45 to 60 minutes. Before we go any further, I just want to mention that we do have a special offer at the end. We're covering quite a few things. So if you feel a bit overwhelmed about everything we're mentioning, we do have an offer at the end that allows us to come in and help you, give you a special deal at the same time. So make sure to stick around for that at the end of the presentation. And before getting started into the heart of the topic, here we have a quick poll. Let me pull this up for you to see how many of you have claimed their Google My Business listing. We give everybody another 10, 15 seconds to throw their answers in there. Okay. We got a little bit of a mix here from some who have set it up already, some who don't know whether they set it up. Okay, we're covering quite a wide variety range of topics today, from the very basics up to the specifics of what you should be doing on a regular basis to make your Google My Business stand out. So I think we'll touch on a little bit of everything for everyone today. Okay. So like I said, we're going to go over a lot of things today, covering everything from how to spy on your competitors and reverse engineer their tactics, how to optimize your Google My Business profile to generate more leads, and a case study from a client who handed us their reins of their Google My Business profile and the results we've been able to generate for them. And at the end, some time for Q&A as well.
Okay, right. Okay, why is Google My Business important? Now, you've probably seen when you search for a local business or you type in a keyword that Google thinks is a local search, that you'll get a map that shows up in the search results, and it shows up at the top. So to appear there, the most important thing you need to do is set up your Google My Business account. Someone might have added your business to Google Maps before, but that doesn't mean that you've got a Google My Business account. You need to, if you can find your business in Google Maps, you need to click that verify button and go through the steps to set up your Google My Business account. Once you've done that, you have a much greater chance of showing up in the map results, and also where the map shows up in the regular search results. The second most important thing that Matthew will touch on later is reviews. Reviews are really important. And another reason why it's a good idea to set up your Google My Business listing so that you have a better chance of appearing in the search results is because there's something called zero-click searches. Google is trying its best to provide the information that searchers want on the search results so that you don't need to go anywhere else. That's why when you type in a question, you'll get the answer directly in Google search results. And a lot of the times, some of the times you don't even have to go to the website. So some people are going to search for a keyword, and they're going to find everything they need on Google search. And sometimes that might be looking at Google My Business profiles. So they might type in something, they'll see a Google My Business profile that they like, and immediately call them directly from it. So it's really important that you set up your Google My Business profile. Okay, next slide, Mathieu.
Yeah.
Okay, spy on your competitors. Okay, so when you look at, if you type in a keyword and then you see the results that Google's showing, Google has given you a good idea about what it wants. Like even if you're not looking at the first map results in Google search and you're looking at other results, the regular organic searches, regular organic results, Google's given you clues about what it's after. So it's important to have a look at your competitors to see how many star ratings they have, what kind of ratings do they have, what kind of categories do they have, and yeah, another thing that you can do to looking at categories to spy on your competitors is install a Chrome extension called GMB Everywhere. When you search for a keyword, you can see in the search results, you can see the category normally, but you can't see the secondary categories that your competitors have got. They're hidden somewhere in the HTML. An easy way to have them appear is to install this Chrome extension called GMB Everywhere. Okay, yeah, and just want to go over something again, Mathieu, is that if you're not too sure what categories to have as the main category on your Google My Business listing, is to search for a keyword that you think your prospectives would be searching, and then just see what is the main keyword your competitors are using. Okay, next slide, Mathieu. All right, so how often do you update your Google My Business profile? All right, we'll just wait a little bit longer.
Let's wait for a few more seconds. There seems to be unanimous consent that pretty much nobody updates their Google Business profile. So this is pretty much a good segue to our next section of the webinar. How to optimize your Google My Business profile for lead generation. And the very first step of the optimization process is about ensuring that you have consistent NAP information, NAP information across all your web properties, website, Facebook, Yelp, and other, and of course Google, yeah, your website and other properties where your business is listed. NAP consistency refers to the accuracy of your business's name, address, and phone number, as I said, across all business listings, local directories, social media accounts, and your website. So NAP consistency is really widely considered a search ranking factor for local SEO, and one of the foundational local search engine optimization strategies. So really, you want to make sure that your name, your address, and your phone numbers are exactly the same, letter by letter, space by space, across all of your properties online.
Right. Okay. So choosing the right business categories. Like I mentioned before, search for a search term that you think that your potential customers would be searching to find similar businesses to yours, and then just have a look at the main category that is showing in the search results. Like before, Google is trying to match businesses that have a particular search intent with searchers have a particular search intent with the business that can provide those services. So have a look to see what categories is showing up as the main category. You also, when you log into your Google My Business account, you also have the choice of adding secondary categories. Now you can add up to 9 secondary categories, but I wouldn't recommend adding as many as you can. The idea here is to have the fewest possible that describes your business. So for example, if you have a pizza restaurant as your business, you would, and you offer takeaways and deliveries, you'd have pizza restaurant, pizza takeaway, pizza delivery. You wouldn't need to add restaurant. There's another category called restaurant, but because everything is covered in those 3 categories, adding more categories that's already covered in what you've got will just dilute the power of the categories. So if you have one, it's going to, and that covers everything that your business is doing, adding more is just going to dilute that power of that category. Okay, next one, Mathieu. Right, and so use target keywords in your descriptions. So when you write your business description, make sure that you're saying why your business is unique, how you can help your the potential customers, and also use some keywords that you think people are typing to find your business. This is a little cue to Google to make sure that it's showing relevant results in the searches, but it also reinforces to the potential customer that they've found the right business. Okay, Mathieu.
And of course, your business will look best on Google if you add category-specific photos. These photos spotlight features of your business that your customers use when making purchasing decisions. So photos you can add to your business profile to help differentiate you from other local competitors include exterior photos to help your customers recognize your business from the outside. Interior photos, in case you allow walk-ins into your business to help your customers get a feel for the ambience of your business. Photos at work to help your customers quickly understand the type of work that you do. And lastly, team photos, really to present a more personal side of your business. So really try to add as many pictures as possible related to all these categories in order really to personalize your business as much as possible and make sure your customer can really get an understanding of what you do, where you are, before even getting in touch with you for the first time.
Right. Okay. It's a good idea to post regularly. This is kind of similar to posting on Facebook or posting on Twitter. You can also post on Google My Business. Any option you have to do on Google My Business is good to do it. You need to fill in everything that you can. One of the things that posting can do is increase the size of the listing when it shows up in Google My Business. So it's completely, you can't avoid it. Like it's huge on the screen. So the bigger you can make it, the better. It also makes your listing look more appealing. It gives an opportunity to keep your customers or your potential customers up to date with what you're doing. And also because of COVID, unfortunately, a lot of businesses have had to close their doors. And so when you're searching for a service or a business on Google, sometimes you're not too sure, like, are they still operating or not? But if you're posting regularly on Google My Business, it shows you're active and you're ready to engage with customers. Okay, Mathieu.
And here we are at the reviews. Online customer reviews, and even more so reviews through Google My Business, are a critical, absolutely critical part of digital marketing efforts for businesses with physical offices or service area businesses alike. We really consider reviews to be one of the most influential factor when it comes to Google business profiles, Google My Business profiles. And in fact, the more 5-star reviews you have, and the more frequent these reviews are submitted by your customers, the higher Google will reward you in the local search results and in the maps. Google customer reviews are an excellent place to show off just how great your business is. And GMB is often the first place potential local customers interact with your business online. So an up-to-date listing full of positive reviews and thoughtful responses also to negative reviews can be a powerful driver of traffic to your physical location, to your website, but also it can generate a lot more phone calls. So to drive really this tactic home, just show your customers how easy and quick it is to write a positive review on your Google My Business profile. Really, you can do everything else really, really well, but if you don't have a lot of 5-star reviews on your profile, then you're probably not going to rank as high as your competitors, although they may not do all the posting, all the picture uploading, but they have a lot of 5-star reviews. Really, you want to have those 5-star reviews paired with all of the other things that we are talking about today.
Okay, yeah, so answer all questions and reviews promptly. So like Matteo mentioned, you really need to answer reviews, especially negative ones. If you get a negative review, it's fine. It happens to every business, and prospects understand, and they think it's natural. So reply to negative reviews, say and try to take it offline. So say that you'll contact them, you're sorry for the experience, but also reply to positive reviews. It makes you appear more personal, but as well there is a questions and answers feature on the website. This can be used by customers to ask questions to each other, like is there a car park at the business? But you can also preempt the questions from your customers. So you might get a question that's commonly asked when you speak to a prospect. Add that yourself to your Google My Business listing and then answer it yourself. There's absolutely no problem with that, and a lot of businesses do it. One of the good reasons to do this is because it removes barriers. So if a prospect has a question in their head and they can't find an answer for it, it might create some kind of friction for them to contact you. But if they can find the answer to their question easily on your Google My Business profile, it just removes that barrier. So it makes it a lot easier for them to contact you. Like, for example, if they're not too sure if there's a return policy or something, but they can find it easily on the website, but also on the frequently asked questions feature on Google My Business, then it's just a lot easier for them to take that next step to give you a call.
And obviously, with more competition than ever, you must size every competitive edge you can get, really. And one way to differentiate your business from competitors is by offering great customer service. And this is where Google My Business live chat or messaging comes into play. Think of the GMB messaging as a form of instant messaging. When you activate this messaging feature in your Google My Business profile, customers will be able to see a message button on your GMB listing and can directly engage with you and send you messages at any time of the day. Obviously, you don't have to respond at night, but make sure that if you have this feature turned on, you check your messages on a daily basis and make sure you respond as quickly as you can.
Yeah, I just want to add to that as well. Google has a policy that you need to reply within 24 hours. And if you miss that a few times, then you could have this feature taken away from you.
Good point.
Okay, so you can track the success of your campaign in Google Analytics. And the best way to do that is to create what's called a UTM URL. You can create this UTM URL by going to Google's website. If you type into Google UTM Builder, you'll be taken to one of Google's pages, and there's a simple form where you can fill in the campaign name. You can use the example here, campaign source, Google, campaign medium, organic, campaign name, GMB. If you have multiple locations, you can put a dash after the GMB or just replace it with the location name. Once you've done that, any clicks on that link on the Google My Business profile will be categorized in the campaign section on Google Analytics. Okay, Matthew.
So at this point, we put all of these steps together in a nicely organized calendar where we know exactly what needs to be done at any given time of the week and of the month. We suggest preparing all the content in batches for a month, 2 months, or a quarter, so that you don't have to scramble to put together something every single time you open your business profile. And then obviously the only thing that cannot be planned but that you should build into your workflow is constantly soliciting your past and new customers for reviews, as well as responding to messages and questions that prospective customers may ask anytime they come across your profile, just like we said before. And there you have it. This is the checklist we use and recommend you use to keep yourself organized when working on your Google My Business profile. And as I said before, you'll get the slides at the end of the presentation, so you'll have this checklist as well.
Okay, so this client had really good results, mostly because they weren't doing anything with their Google My Business before. So there was a lot for us to do to make the listing more appealing, make it more engaging. Like Google's looking at how searchers are engaging with search results. So if there's posts and people are clicking into the post, they're scrolling through the posts, it's a really good indicator to Google that this listing is engaging, it has relevant information. So what we did is we created frequently asked questions that we were posting every month related to customer pain points, the sort of questions they're thinking in their head and they want to know, and they need the answers to make that next step. We also built citations, and what Matthew was saying earlier about the NAP, name, address, phone number, consistency across the web. We were looking at directories that had the NAP for the client and making sure that everything was consistent. If it wasn't, then we'd contact the directory to update the NAP so that it was consistent with the Google My Business profile and the website. And we were checking their categories to make sure that the categories align with their business. Google is creating new categories often. So the listing may have been created quite a while ago when it had limited categories. So we made sure that the categories that existed, that the client had chosen the right one for their business. And yeah, I think we're really pleased with the how things went for this client. Okay, so yeah, we have a Google My Business management service, and this starts off with a GMB audit. Like I said, we go through customer Google My Business profiles to make sure that they've chosen the right categories, and also say what's good and what's bad about it and what can be improved. We also do a scan of where the business details are, like what directories they're on, if they're consistent, if they need updating. And after the audit, we start a monthly campaign where we add 10 citations per month. We create a calendar that we post to Google My Business 3 times a month to make, like I said, make the business look alive, and so it looks like you're ready to engage with customers. And we also add call tracking to Google My Business. Now, sometimes Google can track calls, but that's only if people are clicking or tapping on the call button. So if they have the phone in their hand, or if they're using Skype and they click on the link, click on the call link with their mouse. But sometimes you might search for it on your laptop, but then dial it in on your mobile. And if you do that, Google doesn't know that you've made that call. So we use a call tracking number. So the software can track, even if they're typing into their phone separately, we can make sure that people are calling based on the optimizations that we've made.
Sneaky tactics, very nice. And that brings us to our special offer for this webinar, which is a free Google My Business audit. As Chris just said, we typically charge $200 for this, and it includes, as he just said, a deep dive into all the most important elements of your Google My Business profile, including your primary, secondary categories, a snapshot of your current rankings, the accuracy of your business citations, if you have them, and we're going to give some recommendations about how you can improve your GMB profile visibility in the organic results on Google, as well as in the maps. So if you want to claim your free audit, you just need to send an email to me at matteo@prontomarketing.com, and I'll coordinate with Chris and his team of SEO specialists to work on your audit. Feel free to send an email after the webinar, and we'll coordinate working on this audit for you right away. And that brings us to our Q&A. We have a few minutes to take some questions, so feel free to leave your questions in the box, in the Zoom box on your screen. All right. All right, there doesn't seem to be any questions from anybody today. We'll just give a few more seconds. Maybe people are still typing. All right, so if we don't have any questions, then thank you everyone for joining us today. If you have other questions that may pop up into your head about Google My Business or anything related to local SEO or websites, feel free to email us directly at matteo@prontomarketing.com or chris.t@prontomarketing.com. And we're happy to answer questions or jump on calls and talk through things with you. And like we've mentioned several times already, you'll get an email sent out to you within the next 24 to 48 hours with a recording of all this and links to everything that we have mentioned during this presentation. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.